Hi everyone, in today's video I'll show you how to convert a sewing pattern into a knitting pattern to use on my Sentro knitting machine. Choose a pattern with plenty of seams like Butterick B4669. It's popular in the historical sewing community and perfect for cottagecore or hobbitcore outfits. So I start by finding the pattern pieces I need. I'm doing look A, so we need these 3 pieces. My knitting machine generally makes a 30cm panel, so I'm checking that none of these pieces are bigger than that. If they are, we can still make it, but it will be a bit more complicated. It seems we are in luck. And each yarn produces a different size panel and gauge, so we still need to knit a swatch. Usually I knit a tube for a swatch as it's quicker, but I'm going to do a panel this time, just to be sure everything will fit. I'm using Signet Aran yarn, which I got from Wool Warehouse. It's going through the machine nicely. I'll knit about 50 rows and then measure it. Okay, so the panel is 30cm, so this yarn works for this project, and I'm getting a gauge of 15 stitches and 21 rows for 10cm or 4 inches. To do the conversions, I'm going to sketch these pieces onto some sturdier paper. This tissue paper is just too fragile for too much handling. I like to use wrapping paper, as most of them come with this grid on the back, which will help us in designing our pattern. Once I have the outlines drawn, I start analysing the least complicated piece of the pattern. I break down the shapes into squares and triangles. This will help identify the increases and decreases. Then it's just a case of measuring the lines and converting the widths to stitches and the lengths to rows. So if we do that real quickly. So let's do a walkthrough of this pattern piece. So I decided to just omit these 2 little curves because I think it's going to be too difficult to do them, and it's not going to be really worth it. So I'm just going to cast on a straight edge of 38 stitches. We're going to do 20 rows, and then we're going to increase 2 stitches over 12 rows. So I'll probably do 1 increase 6 rows, 1 increase 6 rows. And then we're going to do 5 rows just going up. Then over 4 rows we need to decrease those down, so I'll probably decrease 1, do 2 rows, decrease 1, do 2 rows. And then I'll probably just split this into 3 sections. So I'll probably knit this bit first, cast these 4 off, and then I'll just leave those on the machine. So we're going to be going up and we're going to be decreasing 10 stitches over 3 centimeters and 5 stitches on this side all the way up to the top. So decrease slowly and then I'll decrease more aggressively. And then these will be cast off and then we'll come back and finish this side. So I need to increase over 6 stitches. I'm going to add 2 rows. So we'll do all the way along, and then we'll do along to here, and I'll cast off these 6 stitches, and then we'll do some increases for the final 4 rows. So now it's time for mock-up on the machine to see how accurate the pattern is, and also if it'll actually fit. So lining up this piece of the pattern, it converted pretty well. I might add a little bit of rows just to the right hand side as that was a little stretched, which means I can do the same for the other pattern pieces. Thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions for other sewing patterns you'd like to see converted, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch my next video where I'll be making this vest on the machine.